All right, welcome back. Again, I'm Emil or Kitties. If you ever play me at a regional or next night or whatever, I play all the time. We're getting back into our sealed tier list. As you can see, I have these tiers here. Must play. It's a good card. It's playable. Play it if necessary. So if you are low on playables, and then this is a bad card, that pretty much means don't play it. Um, and now we're going to go through the green cards. The first one is Combat Experience. So, Combat Experience is an interesting card because it's one energy to potentially give something +3. One energy to give something +1 is not great, but there definitely are, you know, there are a lot of ways to gain EXP in this set. So, it's something to keep in mind. I'm gonna put it in playable to start. It's definitely good with synergy. Without synergy, it's bad. You don't want to spend a card giving something +1. But if you have a lot of EXP stuff, giving a unit +3 might for 1 mana is kind of insane. So it's not as good as Vault Breaker, which is just unconditionally good. But it's definitely playable. It's good if you have synergy. So that's the caveat. That's why it doesn't go into good card. Um, the next card is out of order for me on my screen. So we're just gonna go. I kind of like the order of the card gallery. So we're gonna go Double Trouble. So this says look at the top 3 cards of your main deck. You may reveal a unit from among them and draw it. Recycle the rest. It's 2 energy. You can repeat it for 2. So it's kind of like a stack deck, but you can only pick units. It's I think this card is good. I mean it's just good value. It's 4 mana, draw 2 with selection. Uh, I think as the game goes on, like you're gonna be happy to see this in your hand. It's probably on the lower end of good. Um, but it depending on what color combination you are in, this might be the only good value draw spell you get. It's nice to have that flexibility of being able to repeat or not repeat it. I just think it's a pretty decent card. It's not amazing. It's not great. It's good. And maybe I'm overrating it because I like value too much. But yeah. Next card is Frisky Hunter. When you play me, play a 1 might bird unit token with deflect here. This is effectively like a 4 mana, 4 might unit split across 2 bodies. It's not that interesting. It's playable. It's playable. Um, there are worse 4 drops. Um, Herald of the Spring. Now this card is interesting. If you're going for EXP synergy, this card is good. Because it's just you play him, you get 2 XP, it enables your stuff. So if you're looking at a pool with the combat experience when you're level 6 gives something +3, playing a couple Herald of the Springs I think feels pretty good. It just gives you 2 XP. It might give you another XP. Uh, but outside of that, playing 4 and recycling a green for a 4 might, that's not very good. So again, similar to combat experience and synergy, it's a good card. Out of synergy, you never want to play it pretty much. Then you have Monch. If an opponent controls a stunned unit, I cost 2 less and enter ready. I mean, it's a six energy 6 might. I, this card is playable for the same reason that other 6 energy 6 might card was playable. I'm trying to find this card right now. Oh, here it is. It's just a 6 energy 6 might body, and sometimes it's insane. Like if you stun something, and you have like Nami, you have a lot of ways to stun things. So again, like it's another card that's like very playable in synergy. Outside of synergy, if you're really lacking in bodies, you can play it. So again, in synergy, good card. Out of synergy, play it if necessary. Whereas these other two actually are like, they're just bad out of synergy. So maybe it's a little bit better in a vacuum, but you never play card games, and especially not sealed in a vacuum. You play it in the context of your pool. Mutated Mauser. Um, is this card good? I mean, it's a decent 2 drop. Is it as good as the 2 mana 2 energy ambush card in red? I'm not sure. But it's definitely good 2 drop. I mean, you're not gonna see as much removal, so they're gonna have to invest a little bit to get over the 3 might body. It has tank. Now it's just good. It's not amazing. Again, it's kind of similar to Double Trouble. It's a solid card, but it's not a card where you see it and you're like, I need to play green or something. Um, Next is Shadow Watcher. Shadow Watcher is a 4 energy recycle a green for 5 might. If a friendly unit died during your beginning phase this turn, I enter ready. Um, I don't know. This card feels weird. I guess I'll put it in play if playable. If you have a bunch of temporary units, this card is pretty good. If you don't, this card is still playable without synergy because, it's just above uh curve stats, but the recycle really hurts. Like the recycle, like you have to be really careful about spinning recycling on units when you have alternatives, where you don't have to. Like I would probably rather play the cat that makes a bird over this most of the time just because I don't have to recycle. So yeah. Um, then you have Skyward Strike. This is another interesting card. This is expensive charm. So instead of 1 in 1 recycle, it's 2 in 1 recycle. But at level 6, you also move it and you also stun it. And I'm gonna put this in playable because charm is just a good card. Paying 1 more for it is not bad. If you have experience synergy, this card is really good. This card is like great. Kind of similar to the combat experience card. Like it's like 2 mana recycle a green to charm a unit in and stun it. Like yeah, that card that's really good. And you can always use it just to move things and open up battlefield. So I would say this is playable. Bordering. It's very close to being good. It's very close to being good even without synergy. With synergy, that's a must play card. Um, it's really good removal and also just flexibility to move your opponent's stuff. Then you have Soul Sword. This is another card where like it's a 1 energy equipped for green. Give your unit +1, and then if it's level 3, I have an additional +1. So again, like if you're in the synergy package of EXP, this card's not bad. I find gear to be pretty strong and sealed. 1 mana gives something +2. You don't hate it. Going second, being able to play this along with the 2 drop feels pretty good. It's playable. I don't know if it's like as good as the other ones, but maybe I'm underrating the gear value. Um, I'd rather have something like a Doran's Blade, but it's definitely playable. I would say looking at this tier list so far, like I don't know. I'm gonna move this down here, but like Green's cards are very synergy dependent. If you have the synergy, a lot of these cards, so like a few of these cards are great, but I'm not sure Soul Sword is one of them. I think it's just like on the higher end of playable in synergy. It's not like the best XP center like level up synergy thing, but it's not bad. Wuju Apprentice. Uh, this is another one where like it's kind of hard I'm gonna put this in playable, but once again, a 2 energy, 2 might unit with hunts, so it kind of enables the. I'm actually gonna say this is just good because the fact that you have the flexibility, I'll put it in playable, but the fact that you have the flexibility to, uh, either play it as a turn one player, or wait till later in the game when you're at level 6, and it's just a body that draws you a card. Like, that's very good. Um, my dog wants a pet break. He's gonna have to wait till we get through these. Then we have Ally, Eager Admirer. So this is a 3 energy, 3 might card with deflect. And while I'm at a battlefield, your other units have deflect. And I would say this is like the definition of a playable card. Um, if you need 3 drops, you need turn 2 plays. This card is good. It synergizes good with the 1 energy pump spell because you can leave mana up if you're going first, though you're probably not going to be at a point where you have the XP to really take advantage of it. But yeah. Next card. Back Off. I think Back Off is a must-play card if you're in green. Stun. If you played Spirit Forge, like you saw probably how busted Thwonk felt sometimes. This card is like Thwonk, except you can't repeat it. You can use it on a non-attacking unit, which is very important, and you can hide it. And if you cast it from hand, you draw a card, and all that for just 1 more mana, 1 more energy than Thwonk costs. And yeah, I mean, this card is nuts. This card's gonna be strong and constructed, but in the vacuum of limited, it's also very strong. Stunning is just a very strong effect. Having the option of saying, I'm going to hide this because I don't need to draw cards and I'm out of mana, or I want to hold up mana for something else, is very strong. If you're in green and you have this in your pool, you are playing this card every single time, I think. There's no reason not to play it. It's an amazing combat trick. Hi, Bobby. Next we have Enthusiastic Promoter. Bobbler. What? My dog. Sorry, everybody. I promise we were out before I made these for like 2 hours, and now it's raining and he wants to go outside, so it's great. Yeah, next we have Enthusiastic Promoter. It's a 3 energy, 2 might card. It has backline, and when I hold, buff all units here. What's like the best case scenario with this card? This card is kind of hard to evaluate. Um, it's understated. It takes a turn to pay off. This is the wrong card. Bobby, please, man. Please, man. This is going to go in play if necessary. I don't like this card. I don't like things that are that understated. I don't like the dream of like, oh, if I hold with this, I'll get to buff a bunch of things. And then, maybe one day it'll be 4 might worth of stats for 3. Yeah, that just doesn't, that's like, I don't know. That doesn't seem very good. You have Flurry of Feathers up next. I'm I'm almost tempted to put this in this card as bad. Like, 4 mana recycle 2 to counter a spell when most of the spells in this format just are not impactful enough, and you're playing best of ones usually, so you don't get to see, like, hey, do they have a really strong spell? Or you get to make 2 bird tokens. I think this card is just not good, unfortunately. I think it's on the verge of being in the play if necessary category, but you probably wouldn't play Windwall in an Origin Sealed. Why would you play a card that's like pretty much worse than Windwall, but also sometimes you get to make 2 birds with it? Yeah, I don't think so. I think this card is just not good, not good enough value. Signpost, yeah, 2 energy gear, Forgotten Signpost. For an action, you can exhaust the unit you control tap this card and move a different unit you control to the location of the unit you exhausted to pay for this ability. This pretty much just lets you um, move a unit to a readied unit after tapping it. Uh, I mean, it's good for defending, I guess. Like if you're going for a hold strategy, because then you can like move stuff from one field to the other. But I just don't think it has enough utility. Um, this card is, I think it's bad. It's kind of similar to the bird card, where like, yeah, there are times when like, man, like this really paid off for me, but most of the time you're gonna be like, why did I spend a card and 2 energy to like do this? Really, this thing that is like, I don't know, hyper situationally very useful, and then the rest of the time is just kind of like, and it's really easy for your opponent to play around it because this is like super telegraphed. Like, oh, I have an untapped unit on this battlefield, and I can move my other unit in there. You better watch out. It's like, okay, I'll go to the other battlefield, or I'll wait till I can just overwhelm whatever you're gonna teleport over there. Next card is Friendship. It's 1 energy reaction speed spell. It says choose a unit, give it +1 this turn for each of the following tags among your units: bird, cat, dog, and Poro. Um, so I haven't really been looking at the tags, but there are a lot of ways to make bird, cat, dog, and Poro. I'm actually gonna put this in playable. If you find yourself with a lot of tags, like if you're playing like this 4-drop cat, or you're playing like Ivern, or the next card we're gonna look at, the Moss Stomper. Like if you're playing some decks, like this is realistically gonna be a 1 energy +2, and I think that makes it playable. If you, again, like, it's a synergy dependent card. If you have a lot of random tribal stuff going on, like if you can consistently make this card 1 mana +3, it's like combat experience, 1 energy +3. That's just a good card. Um, but yeah, conditional. Uh, Moss Stomper. This is a dog, believe it or not. If you look at this card, it's this like frog looking thing. And it's 3 energy recycle 1 for a 3. It has Hunt 2, which is pretty good. And then at level 3, it becomes 4 might and gets deflect. And I'm gonna say this is playable. Uh, yeah, this card's playable. Similar for like this other reason. If you're doing the crazy, if you got this EXP package going, like, yeah, play this card. It's pretty playable. It's not amazing even within the EXP package, but I mean, it has Hunt too. It helps. It both benefits from the package and helps you build it up. So I think the card is decent. Then you have Trevor Snoozebottom, which kind of sounds like Neville Longbottom, but he's his own guy, guys. But it's a 3 energy 3 might with shield +1, and when I hold, play a ready 3 might sprite unit token with ganking here. This card is hard to evaluate. I would say this card is playable. It can kind of help you enable these like hold strategies that I've been talking about. But yeah, I mean, making a sprite token that dies, it's like cool. It's a good hold card. It's playable. Yeah, it's playable. That's really all I have to say about it. Honey fruit. God, this card is. I think this card is bad and sealed, at least. I don't know if I feel comfortable talking about it in constructed because there might be something I'm missing, but it's kind of like a seal that enters tapped, but you can't do anything else. And then at level 6, it also gives an energy. And I just think in limited, like, seals are not great. Like, you probably wouldn't play a seal most of the time. You're better off just, like, You can't build your deck around being like, oh, I'm gonna hit the honey fruit turn one, so I can just play a ton of recycle units. Drawing this later in the game feels horrible. I think you. This is almost a play if necessary. Like if for some reason you have a pool that's really good, but you only have like uh, two drops in your colors, it's like, yeah, why not play it to have an extra, you know, uh, turn one play. But otherwise, I don't think you ever play this. Next card is Iasila. Yasila? I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a 7 energy recycle 1 for 6 might. Um, when I hold at the start of your next main phase, you may move an enemy unit to this battlefield. So this is like charm on a body. Uh, I mean, like if you have one of the things we haven't gone over yet, which is the purple, the honeydew fruit, the move, and you can tap it stun. Like I guess there's synergy there. I'm gonna put this in playable because if it does go off, like having a recurring charm on a body is pretty strong. And it's you may, so if you're not in a good position to do that, you can just be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna say that's playable. Um, Next we have Ivern, which is 5 energy recycle 1 for a 4 might unit, and it says when you play me or when I hold, look at the top 3 cards of your main deck. If you may reveal a unit from among them, then draw it, recycle the rest. Then if you reveal the bird, cat, dog, or Poro, buff a friendly unit. I'm gonna say this card is good. It draws you a card. I mean, you're not gonna be playing it unless you're playing tribal stuff. It draws you a card. It's kind of like a 5 energy, 5 might recycle 1 that draws you a unit. It's like, it's good, I guess. You would never play it outside of like a tribal synergy deck where you know you're gonna hit and draw a bird, cat, dog, or Poro. Um, but yeah, I mean, I felt like the red cards when I was saying they were good. It's like I'd see that and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is going in. Green kind of lacks those cards so far, and this card isn't really quite on the same level. But because you're never playing it out of synergy, uh, I'd say it's good. Like it draws you a card. It draws you a card, and maybe that's how I need to evaluate these. Like if we're assuming that you're playing them in synergy, some of these cards move up. Like these 2 cards, these EXP payoffs would move up, and they'd just be good. Um, so maybe that's how I'll start evaluating things. Where it's like, if you're never gonna play combat experience without being in the level up experience synergy package anyways, so might as well evaluate it within that package. um I just think it's important to note, like I probably need to make a tier that's like good with synergy. uh Next card is Nami. uh this card, if you're in green, I think this card is probably a must play. uh it's a 3 energy, 3 might unit. It says you may pay a green power as an additional cost to play me. If you do, you stun an enemy unit. That's already pretty good. And then on top of that, you have when I hold, the next time you play a unit this turn, ready it and buff it. Your opponent, if you get this on a battlefield, your opponent has to try and kill it. They cannot be letting you play a unit, give it a buff, and ready it at like every turn. That's just a lot of pressure at pretty much no additional cost other than having to hold a spot. And again, like if you have this and a couple back offs, like your opponent's going to be having a bad time. They're not going to be able to contest. Yeah. Um, Scuttle Crab. So Scuttle Crab is interesting. I'm not sure it's as good as the other 2 drop units. It's a two energy, zero might unit, just for reference, and it says this on the card, but uh, to kill a zero might unit, you do have to assign at least one damage to it. And it says when you play me, draw one, and Death Nail, choose an opponent, and you look at their hand. You can also look at their face down cards this turn, and you gain 1 XP. If you're in like the XP synergy package and you're lacking in 2 drops, I'd say this is all right. It I mean, it gives you a lot of information. I feel like I can't put it in play in necessary. I mean, it just draws you a card. I mean, that's the thing I have to remember. No, this card is good. What am I talking about? This is a 2 energy, scores you a point, draws you a card. It's like at worst case, it's a cantrip later in the game. This card is just good. Scuttle Crab is just good. I'm kind of trolling because I forgot my dog is now chewing on. Yeah. Okay. Um, you're gonna just have to deal with that because I'm not stopping him for a YouTube video. Um, the next card, and we're almost done anyways. So you guys, if you stuck this far, you can handle it. Next card is Tricksy Tentacles. Uh, move. It's 4 mana, recycle green. Move any number of enemy units with the same controller and a total might of 8 or less to a single location. Um, I mean, like, I think this card's bad. This is such a weird effect. Like, it's like a mass charm, but like it's expensive. I don't know. I guess this is a play if necessary, bordering on playable. It's just so expensive. Like, can you really afford to spend a turn doing that? Sometimes it wins you the game. I don't know. Then we have Green Vex. Like, that card's so. I'm sorry. I don't know how. I hadn't seen that card before. I probably have, but it just didn't stick out to me. But trying to evaluate a card like that in sealed is really hard because it's so dependent on like the individual game board state on if this card is useful or not. Like, you don't want to use one big unit. Paying 4 mana or recycling a green to move like 1 4 drop unit, like, it feels so bad compared to like charm. So I don't know. It's almost certainly a bad card, but I'm having so much. It's throwing me for such a loop. I'm putting it in play if necessary because I feel like, I don't know, someone's gonna come out and be like, actually, this is like insane if you think about it. Like, you can charm. Maybe I don't know. It's interesting card design for sure. It's got the octopus and the 8, but yeah. Then we have the green Vex, which is not the Vex everybody's talking about. Um, which is a 5 energy recycle green, 5 might, shield +1, tank, and when you stun an enemy unit at a battlefield, you may move me to that battlefield. So I'm gonna put this card like towards the top of playable. Um, it's another one of those cards where if you have a few different stuns available in your deck and you can trigger that effect, like, that's pretty good. Shield and tank is good. You can like protect your Nami with it. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right. It's playable. You know, it's not amazing or anything, but it's playable. Then you have Yumi, which is a 3 energy recycle green for a 1 might. And when I attack or defend, give one of your other units here +3 and tank this turn. I think this is a play if necessary. It's just, it's pretty situational. It's just, this card is just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem great to me. It's nice that it works on attacking and defending, and it just buffs something. But the recycle cost hurts. If this was a 3 energy 0 recycle for the same card, this card would be very playable. But I just, I don't know. Okay, actually, I'm gonna put this in playable because the way I think about it, even though you don't usually want to do this, is it's kind of like usually when your opponent goes in turn two, they can kind of just develop and be like, you're going to the other battlefield because you don't have the stuff to contest this. Yumi, actually, no, never mind. This card's bad. That scenario I was imagining doesn't work because she has to be attacking as well. Next we have Alpha Wild Claw. This is a 6 energy recycle 2 for 7 might tank, and your units here with might with less might than me can't be chosen by enemy spells or abilities. I'm gonna say this is good. It's overstated. It's got tanks, so you can like protect things. Like again, if you have like this Nami in here, like you're very happy to see the Wild Claw. Its effect I think is a little bit less relevant and sealed because there's not going to be as much removal running around. But your opponent needing to get through that 7 might is going to be tough a lot of times. So, yeah. Next up, we have Lilia. It's 5 energy, 4 might. When you play a token unit, give me +1 this turn, and your token units have tank. I guess this is playable in synergy. Like if you're doing the Ivern thing, but I mean this is like at the very low end of playable. It's almost play if necessary. Like you don't have anything else to play. The next couple cards are like they feel like real bombs. That doesn't mean they're as good as real bombs, but they feel like real bombs. So you have Mastery Unstoppable, obviously. Everybody they spoiled this card a long time ago, but it's the 12 energy for recycle 3 green for 12 might, and then the cost gets reduced as you have more exp. If you get to level 11, he only costs 6 energy for 12 might. That sounds great and all. However, it's important to remember he only gets the haste if you're also running the Yi legend. So like you could run the new Yi legend, and I'll do a separate video ranking the legends. But what I'll say here is, I'm not sure how good that's gonna be. Um, and if you would rather just run the chosen champion, because it doesn't give you any way to just get XP, and you need to have hit level 11 for your units to come in ready, which is like the really big thing. But if you are playing an EXP package, playing a 12 might unit for 6 or a little bit more is definitely enough of an impact to say this is good in those situations. And again, you're only ever going to be playing it in the EXP package. Like you're not playing. I mean, this card is essentially unplayable outside the EXP package, but yeah. So this is kind of what I mean by said like it looks like a bomb, but it doesn't come in ready unless you have the Yi legend, and unless you're like overwhelmed with choices for getting EXP, you probably don't want to play the Yi legend. And then the last green card is Vile Maw, and this is a must play card. Um, 8 energy, recycle 2 green for 8 might. It has Ambush, which, as we've already talked about, if you watched the red video, is something I think is just really good in sealed and in general, but especially in sealed. And then it has enemy units here with less might than me don't deal combat damage. This is an insane, like, blow your opponent up, ruin their day kind of card, especially in sealed. In constructed, sometimes it's going to do it, but in sealed, the odds that your opponent is then going to, like, just have something in hand that can deal with the Vile Maw is pretty unlikely. It will happen, but, uh, yeah, I mean, it protects all your smaller units pretty much. It makes all your opponents attacking units or defending units worthless on a field for the most part. And then the cherry on top, if you hold with him, he just draws you a card. Yeah, this card is really good. especially in sealed. Constructed yet to be seen. But in sealed, yeah, this card, yeah, seems kind of nuts. So, yeah, that was the green review. I'm gonna take a break to go see my dog a little because I think he's bored. And I'll be back with the blue review next. Hope y'all enjoyed. See ya.